Some people pay over $15,000 for the top WWE tickets. Whilst buying cheaper tickets means you might have to invest in binoculars, but can you actually get the same experience in a cheap seat as you do in an expensive seat? So here's my plan. I will be buying the cheapest ticket I could find for WWE Monday Night Raw, and I'll be ranking my experience on the atmosphere, show quality and price. Let's head to the Barclays Centre in Brooklyn. This WWE Raw was one night after the first ever two-night SummerSlam in 2025. The crowds were full, especially the merch queues where you could get a World Heavyweight Championship belt for $600 or a Money in the Bank case for $150. There were more merch stands all around the arena, but that was a no-go for me. It was now time to go to my seat. I walked out to my block and the view didn't seem too far away, until I realised I had to go up another flight of stairs until I reached the back. I'm literally right at the top of my section, like that is a wall behind me. There's nowhere else that I can go. I can't get any further back. And actually, the view that I can see right now is actually not that bad, you know. Obviously, if it was a stadium show, then I would need binoculars or 5 pairs of glasses because you'd be right in the gods. But in the Barclays Centre, it's actually not that bad. But we've got to wait and see until the show actually starts. Whilst I waited, I got myself a smash burger for a mortgage and wondered how much the seats at ringside were. $1,719. Before Raw, we got a main event, and it felt like a main event because it was Stephanie Vaquer, or Velcro if you're Naomi. She was facing Ivy Nile. It was a nice warm-up, but there was one thing everyone was waiting for. And I made my money's worth already. Stephanie Vaquer won the match, then it was straight into another one. War Raiders versus LWO. This was fast paced, and I've got to say I was thoroughly warmed up and ready for WWE Raw, even though every bang and pyro in person nearly gave me a heart attack. There were more merch plugs until we finally got Monday Night Raw. Came out the night after cashing in his Money in the Bank, and everyone popped in Brooklyn, as everyone always does when we hear Burn It Down. The view, sound and experience so far was fine. I could see everything and felt part of the show, and Brooklyn were on fire. The view I had here was actually better than the view I had at SummerSlam, which I paid premium for to sit on the floor. Loud tonight, loud.
This is the Vision.
LA Knight came out to a massive pop too. Monday Night Raw was starting strong, but my section was actually quite chilled out. But next, we got an idea of the ending which might change that.
Seth freaking Rollins versus LA Knight. It will be for the World Heavyweight Championship. And listen closely, this is my favorite part. It will be tonight in Brooklyn.
We got Rusev versus Sheamus, who absolutely battered each other, which Brooklyn lapped up, and I actually wanted more. Penta's pyro nearly knocked me out again. So far for the views, I can see everything from up here. On the camera, it looks a lot further back than it is, but actually from here, I'm quite close. And Penta was over-expected, but the effects of 2 nights of SummerSlam was starting to take its effect on me. We got our third match and we were halfway through Raw. Charlotte and Alexa Bliss versus Judgment Day for the tag titles, but the crowd was still with it. The crowd on fire tonight. I gotta say, the atmosphere in the Barclays Centre was mad. What's the saying? I'm thoroughly sports entertained. This was a fun match which Charlotte and Alexa won, but I felt like the night still needed a big moment. Dominic Mysterio and Dragon Lee were next, and Dirty Dom was a crowd favourite in Brooklyn. But for me, the moment of the night came next when Becky Lynch said this.
Me and my hot husband are the greatest wrestling couple of all time. But wait a minute, at one point that would have been you and your...
But would the main event between LA Knight and Seth Rollins have a big moment to really make this ticket worth it? It felt like a main event, but deep down, there was no chance a title would change hands, especially when CM Punk turned up. CM Punk wanted revenge for SummerSlam Saturday, and we all knew the ending of Raw was going to end like this. But I still felt like we needed more content for my cheap ticket that I paid for, and that's what started to happen next. We got a Braun Breaker spear, which the live crowd loved, and of course Bronson Reed was around too. No one in the arena knew what to expect next, but we all wanted to see Jey Uso, hence some yeet chants. Then we got another Braun Breaker spear, who's going to be the Evolution Batista when the time's right. And of course a curb stomp from Seth Rollins, and the arena just felt a little bit flat at the moment. Maybe it was the 2 nights of SummerSlam totaling nearly 12 hours of wrestling in 3 days that had done it. But Monday Night Raw needed a big surprise, return or moment to really wake us all back up again. It was the surprise we all needed in the Barclays Centre, and at the right time. Roman Reigns out of nowhere. And just listen to the Barclays Centre now. And of course Braun, or Braun times 2, both got in the ring and tried to attack Roman Reigns. We finally got our moment, but ultimately Seth Rollins got the upper hand. And Roman Reigns looked like a GTA 1 character who had just been wasted. No one expected Roman Reigns to be here, and that's what I paid my tickets for, to see the biggest stars. And like that, WWE Raw went off air. But the question is, was this cheap ticket worth it? Going to a WWE event is always exciting, but I think I would have got exactly the same experience whether I was ringside or right at the top where I was. There weren't too many matches and there weren't too many moments for a Raw after SummerSlam either, especially in Brooklyn. But the crowd were lively, loud and up for it in the arena. The best 2 moments for me were Becky Lynch's line against Nikki Bella and Roman Reigns coming out unexpectedly. Would I pay nearly $1,800 for a ringside Raw ticket? Absolutely not. But I was very happy with my $83 that I paid to sit right at the top because I got such a good experience. So here's my final rankings. Atmosphere gets a 9, show quality gets a 7, and price gets a 7. Overall, a score of 23 out of 30. Where do I go next? And subscribe.